This is my first video. I got inspired from my grandma to talk, I guess, about things I think about and trying to help people. Um, I'm not good at this at all. This is a little difficult for me, but it's new, and I feel like I do have a lot to say because I think about a lot of things. But uh, I just wanted to talk about being conscious and trying to be conscious of yourself and your surroundings and think about the core reasons why you're doing the things that you're doing in life, what's important to you, and the reasons why they're important. Even some reasons could be selfish, even though you think it's not, and it's a selfish act. Some of it is really just to make you feel better or to soothe yourself, and you'll use others to do so. And everybody do it in a sense, but I just want to talk about trying to consciously be a better person and not act on the pain and the hurt from the trauma of life that can take you down a very dark and hard and angry path where you'll wind up hurting yourself and everybody around you. You know, depression is a really hard thing to deal with, and whether it's PTSD or being bipolar or schizophrenic and ADHD, all these names that they keep giving everything, anxiety and stress, and all these things just add up to one big ball of negative emotions that we need to better deal with in life. Like every day we face with so many different challenges to like test our might in a certain way. And if you are ill prepared, you will fail miserably. And I'm just really tired of feeling like I want to be better. I don't believe I'm anywhere or I ever will achieve this greatness that people search for. But I'm not looking for no greatness. I'm not looking for that in life. I just feel like people should operate more in love and try to take care of each other and try to take care of themselves. Like, really try to take care of yourself and the people around you. I feel like the music and everything you pour into yourself really will dictate how you treat others and how you treat yourself for real, for real. And it's not a good thing. You think it's just entertainment, and it's really not. We have to really start understanding who we are as people and try to connect in a better way. Like I want to be better. Like it's a growing process, and I don't ever think it's going to be a level where I'm at the top of the grand mastery level or whatever. No, I think it's always going to be a change. It's always going to be something to push you into something else. You know, I don't think it's never going to be a thing like that. You're always going to be growing and changing, and I think that people should just sit back and really try to understand their inner child and their trauma and triggers that they have, because everybody has them. I don't think people are crazy. I think it's an emotional and spiritual deficit that people suffer from that they don't get help for. I think everybody goes through it, and when you're all in this bubble together and everything tells you, oh, we're different, we're separate, blah, 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 but we all feel when somebody cries. You cry when somebody's angry. You can be angry. Like it's like a whole radio frequency that we feel with each other by whatever people want to call it, but it's there, and it's like this invisible connection we have. And if we don't realize that everybody is important in our life, including ourselves, we can't change. You can't be a better person if you can't understand the wrong that you've done to somebody and truly be sorry, and truly not just so they feel better, but for yourself as well. Really look at what you did and address it the best way you know how. Like you can't always meet people where they want you to be at. You only can meet them as far as you can go, and I wish everybody will understand that with the next person. some things is a lot of manipulation, and there's so much manipulation out here, you can't tell the truth from reality anymore nowadays. And I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. But I think people need to take time to sit and meditate really by themselves with no TV, with nothing on, and think to yourself, since day one, from child, anything you could remember, and really think of how it made you feel, how it made the other person feel, the reasons why they may have done it, whether it was an argument or a fight or anything, like abuse of any form of fashion. Like, there's so many people sick and just spreading their sickness to other people, and I just think that should change. Like, all this stuff needs to be stopped. We need to heal each other, and everybody needs to connect on a more human level. It shouldn't be, and it's just messed up that COVID like really made things more difficult, detaching everybody from each other. It's like everybody's walking around being borderline personality, borderline sociopaths, and it's crazy. I just wish that everybody could really come together in a different way. You think your job and you think all these things are so important, but you really don't have the control you think you do over your life. Like, COVID definitely proved that. All these jobs people swore that they had, seniority and all that, you realize none of that really matter. And then it goes into the food. It goes into so many different levels of life that you think you have this control, you don't. And I just wish that people really take time out to evaluate what's important to them, like your children, your love life, your parents, your cousins, your aunts, and your uncles. And people always come at toxic people or people on drugs or the scum of the earth, blah blah blah. And some of them people who do find the light and change their life around can tell you some things you could never imagine about pain and hurt, that like that darkness, when pain really, when your heart is broken from a family, from yourself, from anything, when your heart is really broken and people are just laughing at you, it's affecting your inner child. Your inner child never dies. You have to consistently nurture that child. You yourself, nobody else can do it. You have to go and sit by yourself and really think about your life and everything you're doing every day and why you're doing it. Not for no vain reason, just to get by or be better than, but on a spiritual level. You don't understand how spiritually we really are, and I believe that is the disconnection that's happening right now within people. We are not in a spiritual way where we really connected to God and the earth and each other like we should be. Like, I'm just tired of seeing all this hurt and pain out here in the world, and I wish everybody could heal. I wish everybody could reach a point where they didn't have to be on medication, whether it be self-medicated or prescribed from a doctor. Like, it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be okay to just keep living on this way, the way we are. And I think we should try to do something different before it's too late, because the darkness that I see that's coming is like, we're not going to have no people skills, no social skills, not wanting to be around each other. The consistency of always competing and somebody being greater than the next and all these levels when everybody is the same, man. Everybody just got different gifts given different ways, and some people wasn't taught, they don't have the opportunity. If everybody just give the next person the opportunity to become better, and if that person really want that, like, people just gotta want it. And if they don't want it, you have to let them go through that darkness, because sometimes through that darkness they can find a light and sometimes they don't. But it's not up to you to try to control that. Like, I feel like everybody just need to be healed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to really heal themselves, love themselves better, so you can better love your family and your loved ones, because the moment somebody trigger any one of those childhood traumas, it's going to bring up all the years. It all comes together. On top of you carrying the trauma of your family, friends, and loved ones. Like, it's just a lot right now. And I wish that people could really understand each other and really love on each other a little bit better, because it's needed. I don't want to give people my love and my appreciation and my support and my loyalty when they did. I lost my brother. I lost Nigel, and he meant everything to me. Like, I talked to my cousin about everything. He was my cousin. He grew up with us. We grew up in my grandma's house together, and we kind of lived with each other here and there. But, then they branched off and went to their moms. But when we did live with each other, we all my cousins and family, we grew up like sisters and brothers versus cousins. And I miss and love all of them. But just all the loss, my niece, and just so much death. We need to contemplate death. We got to think about death and loss in a different way. We have to grow and learn from these things because it's a cycle of life that is continuous. Like, I think that people need to get out of this insatiable thing of having to need all this money and cars and clothes to be better than, and wear name brands of people who don't even care about your well-being, and you putting money in their pocket and feeding their family while yours is suffering for the sake of vanity or greed or whatever these so-called sins is. Everybody do it every day and don't even realize it. It's such a subtle level that it creeps in, and you don't even know it's happening until it's too late. But I feel like everybody should stop judging each other. I think people should, even myself, like, I fall short every day. Every day I try to grow, but I just feel like if you consciously just try, hey, I'm not doing this. Hey, I've changed. I know I did this in the past, but I was asleep. When you sleep and you dreaming, anything is liable to happen. That's even in this reality. If you're not awake and conscious of what you're doing every day, it's chaotic. And that chaos can come out in so many forms, and whether it's depression or anger or whatever, all these negative aspects, and it poisons your family and it poisons yourself, and all we do is continue the cycle of hurt, trying to protect ourselves when we should try to protect each other as one. We can't survive without the next person. I just wish that things could be better for us, and we could learn a better way of forgiveness and learn to celebrate death, because it's another transformation. It's another birth, so to speak, in another plane. And we have to contemplate everybody dying. Not in a morbid way, but you have to understand everything you gain from your car to your house to your health, and these things just deteriorate and diminish, and you don't know what to do, and you're losing your mind. But we have to find a way, and it has to be a spiritual way. It can't be the way that we've been taught. And it's so hard to decipher the truth from reality and what's real from what's fake and everything else, because it's too much being put out there. But if you sit by yourself in the quiet and you connect with God will lead you to so many answers that's within yourself that you already know. But you need to learn to trust yourself too. You got to forgive yourself. You can't believe all those evil things you tell yourself or people made you feel because of a rape or an abuse or narcissistic or whatever, jealousy, anger, hate, whatever you feeling, or the other. Like, we just gotta learn a healthier way to express these things and stop lying to each other and stop talking about what don't even matter. Everybody spend all this time on the phone not even talking about anything real, nothing that's going to lead you to healing yourself or growing. They'll gossip about somebody before they help them. Don't have that person's name in your mouth. If you're not going to help them, there's no need to speak negative on somebody else. And I know I do it, especially if I get mad or my feelings get hurt. I have my own triggers as well. But I just feel like you have to reach on the inside. And I know, like, I might be all over the place with my speech, and it might be long, and I might be long-winded, and it's everywhere, but that's how I think sometimes, and that's kind of how the world is to me, period. But you have to take time out, because through that pain, it'll lead you to a light where you really will appreciate every person, even people who hurt you. Even people who hurt you, the people that you love with all the love in the world, and they don't believe you because it don't seem like, because of some angry thing you did, some petty thing you did in the past, and they can't forgive. But they want forgiveness and they hurt you too, and all it just is like a cycle of pain that y'all put each other through. And it could be a spouse, it could be a mom and a sister, or a father and a son, or a husband and wife, or it could be children or siblings or a grandma, any relationship. And the trauma and the toxicity just continues. And we learn these things and we swear that's right and we hold on to it. See, you hold on to this alter life and this alter ego that's not even real. And once you sit down and you really think, hey, we were just hurt, we both was hurt, we just misunderstood. Let's not manipulate, just be real. But when you pour in all the wrong things into yourself, from music to TV to art to what you eat, how much you sleep, just everything you do really does affect your life. And I wish I did have all the answers. I would have a better outcome in my own situation, but that is just my journey. I feel like everybody just take time out, evaluate yourself and your intentions. And hurt people really do hurt people, and that's the sad thing. They don't see themselves. They sleep. They really sleep, and it hurts to watch somebody hurt you and then hurt themselves and try to save them. But all I can say is you can't give up, because we all gotta heal. And if you a healer and you know how to heal other people, just do it. Man, I know it take a lot. It beats you up, it drags you through the mud, but it gotta be done. You can't stop living. That's what life is. You gotta keep going. And I know it's hard. Like, I'm telling myself this as I'm saying it. Like, all these things cause stress, and it goes out through your body. Then you getting sick. Like, we could just heal and just learn to meditate and pray and talk to God and find a way to really deal with yourself. Deal with the darkness within you. Know what you are fully capable of, the good and the bad. Believe me, sweetheart, somebody put you in a situation where they hurt you, or you feel like you got to defend yourself. You'll be surprised what you're capable of. You can't never say never, but you can't judge people. You just got to try to understand. All this violence, all this negativity got to stop. And I want to break these cycles. I want to create a different life for my family and for myself. And hopefully next time I could just stay on one subject. But there's so many different things to talk about. But this is my first installment of just trying to get your life together and talking to yourself. Half the things you talk to other people about, we got the answer to all the time. We just really got to sit and think hard. Even if it hurt us, even you are wrong. When you wrong, you got to look in that mirror and say, hey, I'm wrong. This is what I did. And you got to live with that. But you can heal from those things. You can heal. You can try to apologize. The person don't accept it. You have to apologize for yourself and just move on. You can't allow people to deplete you and suck you dry like a vampire. Like, if that's what happened, then you won't have nothing left trying to give something to something that has a never-ending appetite. And that's what these negative things are. All these negative emotions, their appetite is like insatiable. And you gotta just learn how to really look at yourself. Take the hard look, no matter what. Some things people say is right, some things wrong, but it really don't matter what other people say. It really matters about what you believe in yourself. You can't dictate how you feel about you off of what you did to somebody. Even if it was bad, you got to address it, but you have to address the root within yourself. You got to be real with yourself. You got to be really real. And if the person don't understand what you're trying to say and articulate it the best way you can, you just got to drop it and leave it alone. That's something they have to come to a conclusion in their life. And sometimes you got to do that yourself. You're not always going to get the closure or the help or the love or the sorry you think you're going to get. But I'm going to end this now so I can go and get back to my day. Thanks for listening this long and bearing with me, and hopefully it'll be more to come. I just hope you have a blessed day. Tell yourself you love yourself, and tell everybody you love in your life that you truly love them, and give them all the love you can give them now before they close their eyes. and say I'm sorry and say I'm wrong and let them get away with things when they acting out of rate and pull them back down. You know, sometimes everybody need to be grounded, but don't forget to ground yourself. Thank you for watching and listening.